picture this: you finally sit down at the end of the day. The kids or grandkids are asleep, the dishes are done, and the house is quiet. But instead of reaching for each other, you both reach for your phones, too tired to talk. Have you ever wondered, when did romance get squeezed out by laundry, schedules, and family responsibilities? Romance doesn't disappear. It just changes shape when life gets busier. The good news is, with a little attention, it can be reignited, even in the middle of family chaos. Let's walk through a few ideas. Romance often gets painted as something grand, like surprise vacations, diamond jewelry, or elaborate dinner dates. But in real life, especially when you're juggling family, work, and household responsibilities, the heart of romance is found in the small signals we send every day. These are the gentle reminders that say, "I still notice you, I still care." When life feels overwhelming, it's those simple acts that cut through the noise and create moments of connection. Think of it like a garden. While a heavy downpour might look impressive, it's the regular drops of water that keep plants alive. Relationships are much the same. A quick touch on the shoulder while passing in the kitchen, a smile exchanged when something funny happens in the middle of the chaos, or even a cup of tea brought to your partner without being asked. These may not sound dramatic, but they carry weight. They remind both of you that affection still lives underneath the routine. Sometimes, it's not about carving out hours for each other, but about letting warmth slip into the minutes you already share. A busy couple might not have time for a fancy dinner, but a few extra seconds of eye contact across the dinner table can mean more than the most expensive meal. What makes these small signals powerful is that they often go unnoticed by others, but they speak volumes within the relationship. Think about the way a grandchild beams when a grandparent gives them a wink across the room. That same quiet signal of connection works between partners too. It's like having your own secret language in a crowded household. Those little gestures remind you both that you're still more than co-parents or co-grandparents. Your companions choosing each other daily. It's also worth noting that these signals build trust. When your partner knows they don't need to wait for anniversaries or holidays to feel acknowledged, they begin to feel secure in the everyday bond. A handwritten note slipped into a bag before work, or even a short text saying, "Thinking of you," may sound small, but it can turn an ordinary day into something memorable. Over time, these touches of attention add up. They form a pattern, almost like stitches holding a quilt together, creating warmth that doesn't unravel even when life is hectic. The truth is, big gestures fade quickly, but the little ones linger. They may not create a dramatic story to tell others, but they create a feeling, steady, reassuring, and quietly romantic. And when family life pulls in every direction, those small signals are often what keep love visible, even in the busiest seasons. One of the biggest challenges couples face when family life takes over is the feeling that there just isn't enough time. Between caring for children or grandchildren, managing a household, and sometimes even supporting aging parents, the hours disappear quickly. That's why the idea of carving out a full evening for romance can feel impossible. But what if the focus wasn't on length, but on consistency? That's where the 10-minute tradition can become a quiet but powerful habit. It's not about finding a huge block of time. It's about creating a short, daily ritual that belongs only to the two of you. Imagine this: the dishes are done, the house is calm, and before heading off to bed, you sit together with no phones, no television, no interruptions, just 10 minutes of conversation, maybe over a cup of tea. It sounds small, but repeated night after night, it builds intimacy. Those 10 minutes create a rhythm, a gentle reminder that no matter how busy the day has been, you still matter to each other. It's like having a lighthouse in the middle of rough waters. Something constant you can return to even when life feels chaotic. The beauty of this tradition is that it adapts to every couple. For some, it may be sitting on the porch and watching the sunset. For others, it could be a short walk around the block, or even lying in bed holding hands before falling asleep. The point isn't the activity itself, but the shared presence. 10 minutes of true attention often carries more weight than an hour spent half distracted. It gives you space to ask, "How was your day?" and actually listen to the answer. Over time, those minutes may become something you both look forward to, almost like a secret pocket of peace carved into the schedule. And the effect is subtle but lasting. Small frustrations don't pile up as easily because you've given yourselves regular check-ins. Joys don't get overlooked because you're sharing them while they're fresh. Couples who adopt this habit often find that it acts like emotional glue, holding things together in ways they didn't expect. In a busy family, where time seems to vanish, this tradition is a reminder that love doesn't need hours to grow. It just needs attention, repeated often. 10 minutes may not sound like much, but it has the power to turn ordinary days into something more connected and meaningful, one small ritual at a time. When life gets filled with routines, responsibilities, and endless to-do lists, it's easy to forget the spark that brought you together in the first place. One way to gently reignite that spark is by revisiting your firsts. These are the moments that once felt exciting and new. The first date, the first trip, the first inside joke that made you both laugh until your sides hurt. Going back to these early experiences has a way of stirring up emotions that can feel buried under years of routine. Almost like dusting off a favorite photo and realizing how much it still makes you smile. Think about the restaurant where you shared your first meal together. Maybe it was nothing fancy, just a small diner or a cozy cafe, but returning there can transport you back to the beginning. The food itself may not matter as much as the memory it unlocks. The nervous glances, the laughter, the way the world felt smaller and more focused on just the two of you. These flashbacks are more than nostalgia, they act as reminders of why you chose each other in the first place. It doesn't have to be a grand outing either. Rewatching the first movie you saw together can work just as well. Sitting side by side, recalling who laughed at what part, or remembering how you felt during that time can open up an easy, natural conversation. Even revisiting the first walk you ever took together through a park or a neighborhood can carry meaning. Walking those same steps years later adds a layer of depth. You see how far you've come, while still honoring where it all began. These little trips back in time also show your partner that you remember. In a busy family life, being remembered often matters more than being impressed. A simple act of saying, "Do you remember when we first?" can light up a smile and create a wave of warmth. It tells your partner that those early days still hold value in your heart. The beauty of revisiting firsts is that it bridges the past with the present. You're not just recalling sweet memories, you're reminding yourselves that the feelings you had then are still alive now, waiting to be nurtured. In the middle of schedules, family responsibilities, and grown-up challenges, those revisited firsts are gentle sparks, small but enough to reignite a flame that has been there all along. Many couples assume that romance only survives when they manage to escape from the noise of family life, but sometimes the opposite approach works even better. Instead of fighting against the reality of busy schedules and family responsibilities, you can lean into them. Involving the family in shared experiences can create a sense of joy and connection that makes it easier for you and your partner to step aside later and enjoy time together. It's almost like building a wave of togetherness with everyone, then riding it as a couple once the moment settles. Think about a family dinner where everyone helps cook. The kids or grandkids might be chopping vegetables, someone sets the table, and you and your partner work side by side in the kitchen. There's laughter, teamwork, and a sense of accomplishment when the meal finally comes together. In that space, you and your partner are already collaborating, already tuned into each other. Later, when the dishes are washed and the family is full and happy, slipping away for a quiet cup of tea or a short walk feels natural. You've both shared in the joy of family, and that joy becomes the backdrop for your own private connection. The same can happen with larger gatherings, like game nights or picnics. Organizing something that includes everyone not only strengthens family bonds but also allows you and your partner to step into the role of hosts or leaders together. That shared purpose brings out a united energy, and when the games are over or the picnic baskets are packed, you can find a quiet corner just for the two of you. It's a gentle transition, going from the center of family life to the center of each other's attention. This approach works because it removes the pressure of separating romance from family. Instead, you're showing that love exists within family life, not apart from it. Children and grandchildren also benefit from seeing this model of affection, that even after years together, couples still make space for one another. In that sense, your moments of connection aren't just private acts, they become part of the family culture, teaching by example that romance and partnership don't disappear with age or responsibility. By involving the family first, you create an atmosphere of joy and connection that naturally spills into your own relationship. Then, by stepping away, you give yourselves permission to savor the sweetness of being partners, not just parents or grandparents. It's a rhythm that acknowledges both family life and romance, weaving them together rather than keeping them apart. Every person has a different way of feeling loved, and one of the most powerful ways to keep romance alive is by paying attention to your partner's unique language of love. It's easy to fall into the habit of giving love the way you want to receive it, but real connection often happens when you step into your partner's world and notice what makes them light up. For some, hearing words like, "I appreciate you," is enough to soften the hardest day. For others, it's not words at all. It might be a cup of coffee waiting on the table, the car washed without asking, or simply sitting together in silence. Think about the times when your partner seemed happiest with you. Was it when you complimented them, or when you did something practical to ease their burden? Was it when you spent uninterrupted time together, or when you surprised them with a thoughtful gesture? Those patterns reveal their language. If your partner smiles wider when you sit and listen, then listening itself becomes a love letter. If they perk up when you take over a chore, then action speaks louder than words. What makes this practice so powerful is that it often feels effortless once you know what matters most to them. Instead of guessing or trying to create big, dramatic gestures, you can focus on the little things that have the greatest impact. For example, a simple note left on the kitchen counter might not mean much to someone who values acts of service, but to someone who loves words, it can feel like the most romantic thing in the world. On the other hand, fixing a broken chair or cooking their favorite meal could mean far more than saying, "I love you." If actions are what they truly recognize, it also works both ways. Communicating your own love language helps your partner understand you better. By sharing what makes you feel cared for, you make it easier for them to meet you where it counts. This kind of mutual awareness doesn't just keep romance alive. It builds understanding, reduces frustration, and creates an ongoing cycle of affection. In the middle of busy family life, when time and energy are stretched thin, speaking love in your partner's language ensures that the little effort you can give reaches the deepest part of their heart. It turns everyday moments into expressions of intimacy and proves that romance isn't about the size of the gesture. It's about how well it's understood. Laughter has a way of slipping past walls and melting tension faster than almost anything else. In the middle of a household buzzing with chores, family commitments, and the occasional stress of finances, laughter can act as the glue that holds two people close. It's not always about cracking jokes or being naturally funny. Sometimes it's just about choosing to see the humor in life's little mishaps together. When the casserole burns, when the kids spill juice all over the table, or when the dog decides to track mud into the living room, you have two choices: sigh in frustration or laugh side by side. Couples who choose the second option often find that stress fades quicker and connection deepens. Think back to a moment when you and your partner shared uncontrollable laughter. Maybe it was something silly during a trip, or a funny misunderstanding that turned into a story you've retold for years. Those memories stick because laughter doesn't just entertain, it bonds. It creates a private archive of shared joy that you can return to any time. These moments remind you that you're not just managing a household together, you're enjoying life as teammates. Even intentionally adding humor to your routine can work wonders. Watching a lighthearted movie, sharing old embarrassing photos, or retelling stories from the past where things went hilariously wrong are all simple ways to invite laughter back in. It doesn't have to be constant or forced. Just little reminders that the ability to smile together is still alive. Over time, these moments become a cushion, softening disagreements and making hard days feel less heavy. The beauty of laughter is that it works across generations too. When grandkids are around, laughter often comes naturally. Joining in, letting go of being serious all the time, and playing along creates not only family joy, but also sparks of connection between you and your partner. In those moments, you're both reminded that joy is a choice, and sharing it strengthens your bond. What makes laughter such a powerful glue is its simplicity. You don't need extra time, money, or planning to bring it into your relationship. All it takes is being open to finding humor in the ordinary and letting it soften the edges of daily life. Couples who laugh together don't just survive the busy seasons, they thrive in them, because laughter quietly keeps the romance strong, even when everything else feels demanding. Gratitude might not sound like the most obvious ingredient for romance, but it carries a quiet power that can transform the way partners see each other. When daily routines take over, it's easy to overlook the small contributions your partner makes. One person pays the bills, the other handles the cooking, someone takes care of errands, while another keeps an eye on the kids or grandkids. These responsibilities often become so routine that they start to feel invisible. Saying thank you, however, turns the ordinary into something meaningful. It's not just about good manners, it's about recognition, and recognition is deeply romantic. Imagine your partner has been folding laundry for years without acknowledgement. The task becomes just another chore in a long line of duties. But the moment you stop and say, "Thank you for keeping our clothes clean, I really appreciate it," the act takes on new life. Suddenly, what was once invisible is seen. That moment of acknowledgement can soften a tired heart and remind both of you that your efforts matter. It's a way of saying, "I don't take you for granted," and that message strengthens intimacy. Gratitude also works in small, everyday exchanges. Thanking your partner for making coffee, for driving safely, or even for listening to your story at the end of a long day can build a steady foundation of appreciation. Over time, these little thank you accumulate like bricks, creating a sturdy structure of trust and warmth. What's powerful about this is that it shifts the focus from what isn't being done to what is being offered. Couples who practice gratitude often find themselves less critical and more forgiving because they're actively noticing the good instead of just the gaps. This practice doesn't need to be one-sided either. When both partners express gratitude, it creates a cycle of positivity. One thank you inspires another, and soon appreciation becomes a natural part of the relationship. even disagreements can soften when they're surrounded by a culture of thankfulness. It's hard to stay upset with someone who regularly reminds you how much they value you. The power of thank you lies in its simplicity. It doesn't cost money, it doesn't require planning, and it doesn't take extra time. Yet, it holds the ability to reignite romance by making both partners feel seen and valued. In the business of family life, those two words may be the gentle spark that keeps love glowing, even through the most ordinary days. Romance doesn't need a vacation or a candlelit restaurant. It can live right in the middle of family life. With small signals, rituals, laughter, and gratitude, love can quietly reignite and glow brighter than before. If this resonated with you, share your story in the comments. What little things keep your relationship warm, even when life is busy? And if you found these ideas helpful, consider liking this video and subscribing for more family and relationship tips.